Good afternoon, everyone. This is Samuel Lombardo, Executive Director and CEO of SL Models and Talent Agency, LLC. Let your light shine and unleash the artist within. In this video, I am going to just touch bases just for a few minutes. Hopefully not for 30 minutes, but anyway. Describing more detail about the Smart SL Models and Talent Agency LLC so that there is no confusion about what is happening. And so, no further ado, let me just mention right from the top. So, SL Models and Talent Agency LLC has agreements with coaching, mentoring, touring, all the essentials that are needed as a one-stop career center for the actual school that is being developed, and that's the Vocational School of Models, Artists, and Radiant Talent. Excuse me. Now, some may be confused and is wondering, am I doing a sales pitch to get people into school? Well, that will depend on the level of training that you have and what type of professional you are in the industry. Now, there are some that I personally actually know who have been through the college, who have been through university level training and whatnot, where they are pretty much out there and ready, and none of this really doesn't amplify them whatsoever. However, where it does relate to them is that the agency is actually running as an agency. So I want to be very, very clear so that there is no confusion. That's what this video is really about. And that is SL Models and Talent Agency LLC is strictly for booking and touring. Now, we do have some fees associated with the agency, but they are very, very, very few. There are marketing fees associated with tour managing. There are venue fees dealing with the venues with the tour managing. There are contract costs. Excuse me. There will also be some photography costs depending on what type of photography packages that are necessary, merchant costs, things to that nature, but they are normally negotiated within the agency relating and royalty costs or something to that sort for name brand artists, singers, models, etc. that are out on tour. Okay. Then there's the booking agency side of it where you have the agent fee that is usually paid during the time period of when the artist gets paid. There's a 10% agency fee for that, and then there's a 20% agency. That's the agency fee plus up. You can get out of the agency plus up if you decide that you want to be a professional signatory as a client for SL Models and Talent Agency. But if you're looking to entrust us, and we are new, of course, that is having the agency fee there is the best way to go rather than being straight up signatory. But eventually we would like you to become a professional, profound, astounding, signatory partner to SL Models and Talent Agency um, through our signatory program. And of course, that will all be information that you can read in the notes section of this video. What the costs are associated with that, site visits, things to that nature. But we do have a cost for, like, say, our open calls. Our open calls, but they are not paid to us. They are paid to the photographers or whatnot. It's $50 if you want to get professional photo shoots at the red carpet, open call. If you're looking to get the other photos that are necessary too, such as your headshot, body shot, side shot, and 2/3 shot, then that's an additional $50, but it's no more than $100 at the open call if you're looking to get photography work done. And that is per person that is included in that package. We'll explain more as the time gets nearer with the open calls. But this is just a generalized video because there's been a lot of confusion about, if they're, is the school with the agency? Is the agency selling the school, or what's going on with that? And so basically the school is its own separate business and has nothing to do with the agency at all. However, the agency has a lot to do with the school because of the fact being that it runs the career center. And so there are different programs within the career center of the school. Okay. But when there are services rendered and and they are being billed or whatnot, they are billed under the influence of the school, not the agency. The agency works for itself as a booking and touring company. We may have like portfolio shoots from time to time. We may have designer shoots. So we're going to have the costs associated with the open call, but they are not anything to do with the school, nor the school being anything related to the SL Models and Talent Agency. So to make this very clear, SL Models and Talent Agency LLC is related to the career center that is then related to the school. Okay? So in other words, if you're going to a college or a university, you're used to the financial aid office, you're used to the career center's office, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay? For those of you that actually went to college, you guys know what I'm talking about. That's what this vocational school is going to do. It's going to have a career center in it, except that the career center is going to be set up in a different way. It's going to have coaching, mentoring, tutors, etc. within the program, so to be able to help get your resumes and bios and everything together. But all your portfolios, all of your photo shoots, all of the work, like even when it comes to practicums are related to the career center, but if there's an actual booking, then it goes straight to the agency because the agency is in charge of all the bookings. Okay? And the costs that are associated with that. The Career Center will have a cost for travels in their contracts relating to the clients that are looking for interns or artists that are doing practical work, and therefore there are strict regulations relating to that. So some of it could be reimbursement to the artists. Others would be full payment up front for travel, food, and housing expenses. But anything that is past those three relatable expenses are the responsibility to the artist and model. And understand this, that the only way that you can get career center help is if you are in the actual school. It's not a separate thing. We are trying to put it where outsiders can take advantage of the actual programs within the Career Center, but right now it hasn't been talked about as of yet. And the reason is because everything is a precise program, a platform, everything that is working itself out to help brand these potential artists and models that are going out there through the training program. Now, to clear up further confusion, that would actually be this portion of it, and that has to do with, can you make money while in school? Excuse me. And that answer is yes and no. And it still has nothing to do with the actual agency. It has to do with how the contracts are built within the school and their career center. Understand that the agency is only going to work for a readily available model or artist, not with someone that is going to be needing training. So if you are a new face without experience, when SL Models and Talent Agency LLC says no experience necessary, it is because of we are giving you an opportunity to be built, to be educated, to be trained. But it's going to be up to you if you want to take on that training or not. And it depends at what level of training you want to do. But if you are wanting to be booked by the agency, then I'm expecting you to come prepared with a bio, with a resume, and with portfolios. And if you do not have any of that, even acting reels, if you have been in the acting industry or theater, okay, that's what I'm going to want to see. If you have not been involved with any of that, and you have no experience, but it is a dream that you like to pursue, then we can help you. And in the Vocational School of Models, Artists, and Radiant Talent, there are different scholarship programs. There's the TAG grant that we are developing. It's called a tuition aid grant, and that will help from $5,000 up to almost the full tuition being waived. If you are part of those guidelines, okay, but we cannot stress it enough to say that SL Models and Talent Agency LLC, while we are saying fresh new faces, what we will do for you as no experience is we will take your guiding experience that you're getting from the schooling and put as part of your resume from the career center of the school. And we can utilize that and try to get you into bookings. And yes, I'm going to use the word try. Why? Because until you are actually fluent enough in knowing exactly what you are doing in this industry, there is no guarantee of which way you're going to decide to go. If you're going to continue or if you would just stop right there. There are egos within this industry that I also want to bring up about. So let me stop for a minute. There's been huge egos in this industry, and there's also been huge egos with some of the new faces that have no experience whatsoever, but could perhaps try to tell me otherwise, that they've done this and done that and done everything, but there is no resume whatsoever. I mean, they hadn't even signed the agreement, so, and I wouldn't even give them an agreement to sign if they cannot give me a real actual resume, bio, and portfolio of their work. So do not try to tell me it's going to take me a split minute, because I'm just going to ask you, where's your resume? Where's your portfolio of work? Where's your bio? If you don't have it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you wouldn't get in the industry. But if you have an ego that basically says, well, I'm beautiful. Everybody's been telling me I'm beautiful. I have the, I can rock this. I can rock that. I can put rainbow colors in my hair and I can still be looking beautiful. And you know what? That may be possible. That may be very possible. See, I'm a possibility thinker, okay? But I'm also a positive thinker as well. But I also need to drop that ego instantaneously. And the biggest ego that's out there is that because people think that you are beautiful, that beautiful is the only thing that gets you in as being a model. And no, it's not. Now, the models that are on television and the commercials or whatnot, they're supposed to be like the role models of what the modeling industry is. Yeah, but most of them paint up and they are looking glamorous in the camera, but I'm telling you, when I say that you have potential and that there is that potential there, does not necessarily mean that I could force my clients to say, yeah, pick you, that's the one. You're going to have to do the work, even if you don't choose us at all. It doesn't matter who you choose. You could either get scammed by a real agency that does nothing but scam people. And yes, there is scam artists out there. There are ones that will sit there and say they are an agency, but they run as a school. Then you have the other scam artists that are photography picklets, meaning that you could pick this style photography or you could do this. And they claim that they're running as an agency when all they're really doing is portfolio work. To distinguish yourself, and this goes for those of you that are agencies that are working, okay? To distinguish yourself from the scam artists, you need to prove to them not only that you are developing pro models, but you also need to prove to them exactly what it is that the work that they are doing. Not just the work that is, within the agency of your training, but who are some of these folks that are coming out to these convention centers, or who are some of the clients that, like, what is the resume saying of these people? Okay, and if that is not information being provided, and you're an agency that is lacking that, you could be in deep trouble. Okay? Because the one thing about, now I've said this in my #1 video and I'm going to be transparent again. We are a new agency and we are basically trying to find the way out of the loopholes of all of this garbage that is going on out there. And yes, it is. It's flat out garbage. I'm going to be talking very sincere here. You're either a photographer or you're a trainer or something, but a booking agency must run like a booking agency. I don't know how many times I have to say that. And that anything else within the agency that gives question to the people. And I'm also not concerned about the people as much as I am concerned about the reputation of the agency. Because most people will find any excuse, like for example, and I'm just going to use me as an example. Let's say that I've been with an agency for a year and I never got booked at all. I could turn around, now they didn't charge me nothing, but I could turn around and just blow it out of proportion and say, well, you know, I've been with you for 6 months and you hadn't booked me for a thing. Now that depends on one or two things. One is that I actually signed an agreement with the company to begin with. Because if you got a lot of nerve to talk about how you were working with an agency behind closed doors, when in reality there were no contracts whatsoever that was signed in either way. And I don't care about even if I given you the contract and you might have signed it but then never sent it back to me. I mean, I would need to know exactly where your troops are coming from. Where is your mannerisms coming from? Because it is very unprofessional to talk otherwise about anybody or any industry leader or business or whatnot. Now, some may disguise this as me being desperate, and it's actually me being transparent and whole. Because the real models out there know exactly what I'm talking about. I would not have to go to a real model and be like, would you like to know how to become a model? First of all, that would be obvious. There is no real sales pitch behind me trying to go to someone like, say, Taylor to say, would you like to know how to be a singer, when there are many followers. Everybody knows who Taylor Swift is. But to land her as someone that I could set up tour models for, listen to me, well, that's a possibility too. But to land someone like her to be a pro artist who actually is like gold, platinum, diamond level album creator, I mean, that would be a big thing for SL Models and Talent Agency LLC. But that would have to be the reality that she's willing to work with us, not, oh, I'm going to talk about how someone like her, or that someone, you know, like she was represented by something that is like this, and then look how she expanded to make it look almost like, no, I'm not going to do that. She is represented by who she is represented by. And if if I'm representing 12 pro models, I'm going to tell you who those 12 pro models are and what they have done in reality. And that they are ready. I'm not going to make a short line story like, okay, so Tom Cruise was like a member of this, and boy, and me being a member of that, it just, you know, it doesn't work that way. Unless Tom Cruise was part of your repertoire, your actual, you know, booking hub. But if he's not, then don't even bring the name up like, oh, there are people like this, and this. And they came right out of here and there and everywhere. Because here's the problem. And this is what I like to do. I'm going to be very honest with you. What I really like to do is when I hear agencies talking like that, see, I have connections. I can literally just go right to the agency that so-and-so works for and be like, so do you have any idea who so-and-so is? They claim that in year so-and-so, they have graduated from this and this of their agency. Do you have anything that references that? That is what an impersonation clause is. You cannot impersonate and pretend that you have somebody on your roster that you do not have, and then turn around and say, oh, no, what I meant to say was, no, because even the more that you try to say something, the more lies that are going to be coming out. And that is what is going to distinguish a scam artist from a real agency. Now, there are scam artists. What do I mean by that? Well, here, let me give you a quick improv of what I mean by that. So let's say I am auditioning for SL Models and Talent Agency, LLC. Hi, my name is Dr. Samuel Lombardo, and I have a very distinguished voice. I have performed in Italy. I have performed in, I don't want to be using this as an example, as a matter of fact, because there's no way of me pretending what I am doing when I actually do it. So let me use another example. Let's say that this guy, George, comes in front of me and he says it like this. I'm a pro model. I have modeled at 14 different pageants. I have won Mr. Award 14 and 15 times. I've been to this convention, that convention. I've been in Russia, I've been in Italy, I've been in Germany, I've been in France, I've been in South America, I've been to Asia, I've been to Antarctica and up to the North Pole and all around. And, you know, I just love this modeling. I even know to the T that if I put, like, if I match, say, okay, this is gray, white, and black, this shirt. So if I put white eyeliner on, right, it will pull the white out of the gray and black that you see most of in this shirt. It's a way of, like, modeling, you know. And I've been to this model school that no longer exists, and they're from Pennsylvania, and they're like the big thing, man, you know. And so now I am working with these other pro models. I've been in Vogue. Oh, by the way, here's a picture of me. Okay, a picture of me, and it even says Vogue right on it, okay? Yes, it does. It says Vogue right on it. And, you know, I even then I've worked with this, and I've worked with that. And next thing you know, I ask this question: where's your resume? Thank you for giving me 30 minutes of your information, and I have taken notes. Where's your resume? Oh, well, it kind of floated out the window, and my thumb drive got dried up. It just expelled, so I don't know where my... Well, can you redo your resume? Is there a way to recoup it? Does somebody have it? Does a school that you claim that you have, do they have your resume? Is there any type of resume? Can I call Vogue up and see if maybe they can give me some clarification on some of those photos that you're proclaiming? Well, the representative that used to work there no longer works there, and I don't know how that's going to play out, but you can try. Wait a minute. I can try. Here, let me give you an answer, a quick question, and you tell me about this. What is Vogue? Do you even know what it is? Now, I'm not going to answer that in this because there are many people that have been trying to tell me that they've been modeling in Vogue and all this. And you know how easy it is to literally plaster the logo Vogue and put it on a magazine-looking picture and then actually say that you literally, I mean, it's became a thing that I had a conversation with Vogue in the past, during one of my practicums within college about the scamming that's going on with impersonators that are trying to say that they've done this and done that to try to make themselves look more beautified than what they really are. But I'm just going to leave it to you this way. SL Models and Talent Agency, LLC, is soon going to be opening up its own casting agency to be able to do its own actual magazine as well. So we know exactly very well how Vogue works and who is faking them and who is not. You know what I mean. The real models out there know exactly what I'm talking about, and therefore, now, I think I'm going to leave this video right where it is right now, because the next video that I want to do, and it's going to happen right after this one, I'm going to be posting them back to back. This other one I want to talk about are the models who are actual models that I would really like to win back. And you know who you are out there. And it was just simply because I was a careful person trying to be very careful about who I deal with, who I work with, and what I'm looking to represent. Which is why you hadn't heard much from me in, say, a year or maybe even 2. The agency hasn't really been registered until last year. So I'm going to actually commit to a plea to those of you that might have lost your trust with me in that regard. See, the people that lost trust in me wasn't because of a scam. It was because I was talking, doing a lot of talking, and actually not much was going on with me. And at that time, I was saying that I'm starting an agency. The word starting meaning that it's in process of happening, okay? Not that it is doing. Right now, I'm getting pro models out there. I'm working with an agency that has developed it, and she has proven herself to me. We've been in talks for a minute, and that's all I'm going to really say about that, but it's become real. And I have high respect for Cameo Models International because it is real. She is doing exactly what she needs to do to get these models ready. and they have taken upon themselves to take care of the training. They are coachable, but they are also doable. They are possibility thinkers. They are being creative. They are being real. And so the pro models is the protocol to the new faces that once was and is now considered to be professional in the line of work, and they want to show what they can really do. And so I believe in that. I believe in the work, in the potentiality that there is, and there's a lot of it. So this next video coming up has to do with those of you, and some of you are still like my friends or whatnot, that have really taken the sincerity, have even shared photos with me in the past and whatnot. And I'm just going to leave it there right now. So this is going to be a two-phase video. This one has to do with explaining to you guys exactly what is happening with SL Models and Talent Agency LLC, but also I want to expand the videos now to also plead to those to understand that we can still work together. And why am I saying that? Because part of my business plan, part of my business model is that I want to work with agencies that are legit, that have pro models and are actually ready to get these models out there. And I'm not just talking about just any model. So I'm talking about models that are actually out there and ready. There are two people off the top of my head, and I don't want to bring their names up because we hadn't talked for a while. And I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about, that I could tell you right now in an instant that with the right agreement with the agency that you're working with right now, we would be able to get you booked. Why? Because you have a resume now. You have put yourself out there. You're not just a somebody. You are somebody. You have believed in it. But I want you to now see that you could believe in me, that this is a reality. SLMTA is real. We are starting the process, and we are open to all and any clients as well, and that does include you, Wahim, Vogue, IMG, Ford, etc. We are looking for you guys because we have talent that is ready and available right now that we could bring to the table. Whether it's what you're looking for is a whole nother story. We are always uploading and we are always making changes and expanding our roster, and it's even getting to the point where it is becoming international, folks, because this video can go on and on and on. So I'm gonna break this up right now, and then we're gonna go ahead into the next video. Until the next few minutes, I see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the information that I'm sharing with you, and also like and hit the notification button as well, and I will surely see you soon. Today is going to be a lot of videos. I'm here to work and to help you guys and to help you grow and to give you all the opportunity and possibility that is out there.